The biggest thing was I got with the offensive coaches and asked them to pull the potential big plays, things that were really close. Then I asked the defense to do the same thing, just show me clips of things that show what we can and can't do, and then we shared it with the team. And what I put on the note with the offense was I said we were a couple drop passes and a couple of missed cuts from being able to put 35 points on the board. Defense, we over pursued a couple times. It wasn't the effort. You got to press the hip. The most fundamental things, some of those things we missed the mark on, they turned into big plays. We came in one time, had an opportunity. We called a corner blitz. We had a chance to sack the quarterback, but the guy that blitzed, he came high. He got a Michael Vick experience, and we tried to tell him if you come in the front of a quarterback, you're going to get that Michael Vick experience. And then they turned that into a major gain and set up another score. So what I got from this was, as bad as it felt and looked while we were out there in it, really at the end of the day, we were close. It was just capitalizing on the opportunity to make those plays that we needed to make.
Hitting the road conference play, would you rather be at home or on the road conference play?
No, honestly, glad to be able to go on the road because right now we need to be able to be together. We need time together. I think that's going to be the most important thing. So I feel good about that part of it, us getting away and the kids locking in on what they have to do. The thing about Virginia State is, like you said, they're always a consistent program. They're going to be at the top. Coach Barlow laid a great foundation, and then they went out and hit a home run when they hired Henry Frazier. Henry Frazier is a proven coach in this league. Henry Frazier built Prairie View A&M, so you know he's successful. He understands what it takes, and a lot of the success that Coach Wilson had at Bowie State, that foundation came from Coach Frazier because he coached him, and they coached together. And so even when Coach was really getting that thing rolling at Bowie, Frazier was a consultant with him and was helping around the program. So there's no let up when you're talking about a Coach Frazier team. And I saw the strides that they made in watching film from the first week of playing Lenore Ryan, and then the adjustments and the things that they did the second week in getting ready for Bluefield State. Did some outstanding things that really catch your eye. So they're going to be a well-coached team.
How do you prepare for, or is it a thing where you just solidify your guys on the run game and not so much the name back there in the back end?
Well, I mean, first off, I want them to understand that that running back is a big-time back. So they have to come in there with a healthy amount of respect for what he brings to the game and the fact that he can be a home run guy. And when you're dealing with home run guys, you got to make sure every gap is accounted for. So my emphasis, and the defensive staff has done a great job of talking about this. We got to stay in our gaps, you know, because this is the kind of guy that everybody stay in their gaps. Hey, it might be a couple of yards, a positive gain, because he's always going to fall forward. But if we get two people in the wrong gap and he used that great vision he's got, he's going to be hitting his head on the goalpost. So we got to make sure that we bottle him the best that we can.
Under center, you're looking at another problem.
Yes.
How do you prep for something?
Well, the best thing about it is we've got Isaac Moore, who's a redshirt freshman quarterback for us. His prototype and his body type fits their quarterback. So Isaac has given us a good look. Now, of course, that guy's older, plays a little faster. We're going to see how that goes. But we try to simulate that as much as we can. So the biggest thing that we're looking at right now is we got to stay locked in on being disciplined on defense with gaps. We got to keep our gaps in, and we got to run to the football because teams where they got a great quarterback and a great running back, the thing that will get you is it doesn't take much to pop one big play. So everybody's got to be gap sound, and everybody's got to read their keys and have their responsibilities locked in.
How happy are you that he's got that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. And the thing about it is that Chris gets it honest because his dad was a college quarterback. So I know that it's been instilled in him to carry himself a certain way. And the biggest thing that I appreciate about Chris is that no matter what happens around him, he doesn't get rattled, you know. And I love that because the other guys are going to feed off how he responds to bad situations. And even when it's his mistake or if it's someone else's mistake, you don't see a difference. You know, some quarterbacks, if somebody else screws up, they want to throw their hands up and go ballistic. And then if it's their mistake, don't talk to me right now. But the thing is, he handles it with class all the time. And I think that's the reason why he was selected. Even with all that went on this week, he was selected CIAA quarterback of the week because even in a stressful situation, he was able to put up some solid numbers, and he probably could have threw for 400 yards if a couple of those drop passes had been caught. I think Jalen Sermons has been a bright spot, and what people need to know about Jalen is that Jalen was really a basketball player in high school. He didn't play football at E.E. Smith until his senior year, and he's a big kid. And so I was looking and recruiting somebody else, and then the coach told me, he said, look, I got this kid, he's 6'6", you might want to give him a look. He played receiver for us 1 year of football. And so when you're coming into a building project, you take those kind of guys because you know what the flip side and the positives can be. And Jalen in his time here has been nothing but positive. I've seen his growth, not only as a football player, but as a person. And, so you're looking at our two tight ends, Leon Goldsboro, who plays, and then also Jalen. You're talking about two guys that were very good basketball players that have now embraced playing football, and they bring that natural size, great hands, and athleticism. And because they worked in the post, they're both tough guys. So like you said, Jalen is not going to back down from anything, and I love it. And I think that as the season progresses, that you're going to see more big plays out of him and Leon, and we probably will have the best tight end 1-2 punch in the conference.